excited to dive into this video because we have my two favorite sets, pretty much, for the Scarlet and Violet era. We have, and Sword and Shield, we have the Scarlet and Violet 151, absolutely beautiful, stunning set, yes. And of course, the best set of Sword and Shield, Crown Zenith. I think it's gonna be pretty. I think it might be a tall task for any set to take down Crown Zenith with that insane pull rate that this guy has. I don't know. We're gonna see. It's gonna be a pretty close match because you can see already that 151 packs go for, at the time of recording this video, $11.82, while Crown Zenith comes in at $11.45. So it's going to be a tight, close match, I believe. But let's start with the king so far of the Scarlet and Violet era, because yes, on our previous battle video, we had 151 battling out versus Prismatic, and 151 came out on top. So we're going to continue opening up 151 right now. Let's get into our first pack, and hopefully we don't have a lot of batching issues like last time. We had like no pulls at all until the end of the battle. Hopefully we get some pulls here. And of course, we're starting out strong. but ladies and gentlemen, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. That's right. I'm an absolute expert in that. Okay, little innuendos. We have ourselves a little swirly. Okay, I don't really care about that. That's not a hit. And a Pikachu. Oh my, it's also not a hit. Alright. So we're coming out strong out the gate. Yep, that's no surprise. 151, please. Make this at least an entertaining battle of value. Right? So it's kind of funny. I just went to the actual main squeezes of the Scarlet and Violet era. I didn't even bother with other sets like, you know, Shrouded Fable. I didn't bother with that kind of era or kind of set because I knew that, you know, 151 or Prismatic is obviously going to beat out that set like Shrouded Fable. Maybe it has a chance to stand with Paldean Fate, with all the hits with the little baby mini shinies, but I just went right to the meat of it. I figured let's have fun. The goal is fun, right? That's why we're pulling absolutely nothing. That's because Maybe we'll get some SIR hit, some SIR love at the end of these 36 packs like last time. We don't have a hit yet. Nope, not one hit yet out of 151. Out of 151, you're going to have to pick up the pace, man, because Crown Zenith is an absolute stud. Absolute Chad at the hits. They just keep coming constantly. I think the hit rate is something like, I don't know, I'm making this up, one 3 packs. Yeah, we got that whole glaring gallery from Crown Zenith, but versus the SIR gallery, I don't know, but I guess you can include like illustration rares, obviously are gorgeous and stunning in the Scarlet and Violet era. I wish you could see some. I wish I could see some too, but we're not seeing any yet. 151 is being awfully shy right now. A little shy, boy. It's okay. We'll come out for the party soon. We got our first hit. Oh, it's about time. Alakazam, double rare. Yeah, we're going to count all the double rares, the V cards, or whatever. Obviously, the illustration rares, the ultra rares. And if we're counting all those V cards, stuff like that, Crown Zenith is going. There's no way Crown Zenith is, right? Alakazam, double rare. Our first, let's go from this side. This side's been got off. Clearly. Yes, with so many beautiful cards. 151, I can't believe I'm even saying this right now, but I think 151 is undervalued. Right? Right, my little chode? Yes. Oh, we got our first illustration rare, the Omanite. Very nice. Finally, our first real hit on this 151 opening. I can't believe I have to say that I think 151 is undervalued. What? I mean, it was almost like a few weeks ago. It dropped down to like $9 a pack. Again, I just said sitting around mid $11. I think this is 151 has got to be. We're talking about years from now. It's got to be $20 a pack, $30 a pack. How is it not? How is it not that expensive? Packs. Fast forwarding years from now, how long has it been since Evolving Skies came out? Sword 3 years? 4 years? Look at Evolve guys. What is it? $38 a pack or something? $35 a pack. I can't see why not 151.
No, they didn't even say it too.
Those levels. Do we have Evolve this guy's hit rates right now? Because that's what it's feeling like opening up this 151 right now. There's no. We're running out of packs. We're running out of packs, man, because we have the behemoth Crown Zenith awaiting us. That does not let up. The hits just keep coming constantly out of Crown Zenith. So 151's got to pick up the slack here. We're gonna have to get probably pretty lucky now and pull like 2, maybe 3 SIRs. Maybe have a chance of beating out Crown Zenith. Let's put up a fight, man. But yes, I think 151, I believe, is undervalued right now. I think it's one of, if not the best set of the Scarlet and Violet era, which I think is saying a lot. We have ourselves the Gollum double rare. Okay. Oh, God. What is this video right now? This is very entertaining. The most entertaining PokeTube rare. I finally have something here. I think it's a stupid Caterpie. Don't be a Caterpie. Give me the Bulba. What do we have here? Out of 151 illustration, we have the Caterpie. Oh my, super exciting. Caterpie illustration rare. It's something. We're on the board with another hit. But obviously, we want to see some starter love. We want to see some Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander love, or its evolutions. That's what we want to see. That beautiful Charizard. That beautiful Charizard card. I think it doesn't get enough love. I don't know why. I think it should get a lot more love than it gets already. It's only what? It's only $200 a card right now, ungraded. You're looking at Charizard, $200 ungraded. Blastoise, $70. Venusaur, the beautiful Venusaur, only $62 ungraded. It makes absolutely no sense to me. When you have cards, you got the Ninetales. I love me some Ninetales, but not the best.
Hey, BMW, text Chris. Busy with the performance review.
This summer, make your own plans in the ultimate driving machine. Find yours.
When you have cards like from Prismatic Evolutions that are over $1,000, and we have cards, like from Destined Rivals that are at least, there's multiple cards that are over $200. The Mewtwo is like almost $500. How is the Mewtwo almost $500 while this beautiful Zard is not even over $200? It's $199. Crazy to me. Wigglytuff Ultra Rare. When something like, when there's like this disconnect, okay? There's a complete disconnect right now, I think. When you're staring at these card values, you're like, why are they so low? Why are they so low? Why is the Charmander only $44? The illustration rare, the beautiful Charmander. Why is that gorgeous Bulbasaur card only $32? It doesn't make sense to me. That's why I believe that it's undervalued. I'm sorry, but I think it's people have got a little distracted, like a little squirrel. They've been a little distracted with things like Prismatic Evolutions coming out, and Destined Rivals, and talking about the Mega Set, and talking about how this has been really bad. But I mean, that's what happens with Pokemon. You never know what you're gonna get. That's the absolute thrill, the absolute degeneracy of opening up cardboard. You never know what you're gonna get. That's why you just keep going. Like maybe we'll get that mini Demigod pack, right? Maybe we'll get the Blastoise, the Venusaur, the Charizard, little mini Demigod pack. You never know until you actually open the cards. But yeah, absolutely crazy to me. The value of these cards, I think it's very good. It's just me. But I'm a sucker for Gen 1. All the Pokemon are basically Digimon to me. Now your boy actually likes modern now, so I can't really say that about anymore. I love modern now. I'm starting to learn the new generations. I'm getting the hang of all these goofy names, these Pokemon names and getting the hang of them. I'm starting to love it. But I would love an SIR right now. This is getting absolutely crazy. We're gonna have to we're gonna have some pretty insane luck here in order to compete with Crown Zenith. I'm telling you, Crown Zenith is an absolute behemoth. We're gonna pull glaring cards, glaring gallery cards non-stop from these 36 packs of Crown Zenith. Is kind of nuts. It's kind of insane. So 151 have any chance of winning and take the best value crown away from Crown Zenith. You get some pulls here. We gotta get some pulls. This is getting nuts now. This is getting absolutely nuts. We get something out of this pack. Oh, we have an SIR. Finally, we've got something to compete with the absolute behemoth that is Crown Zenith. Getting a little scared from 151 here. What do we have out of 151? We have the Venusaur SIR. Beautiful card. Absolutely stunning card. We love. Gen 1. It's Gen 1 starter love. Alright, 151 desperately needed that to even have a chance of surviving. A little sliver of hope of surviving against Crown Zenith. In reality, I think we're going to need another SIR. Oh my god, look at that. I was just going to say, we're going to need another SIR. What is with 151 in these battle videos? It's the end of the 151 packs where they start coming in clutch for some reason. We got another SIR 151. What do we have? We have ourselves Giovanni's Charisma. We take that. Any SIR love out of this set. Absolutely gorgeous. I think every SIR really in this set is very nice. I think Giovanni's Charisma is probably the most underwhelming out of the SIRs. We take it. We need help. Get this man some help. Back-to-back packs. Back-to-back SIRs at a 1x1. 1x1's putting up a fight now, finally. We're going to give us a little bit of a, if you don't have to pull them on SIR, that's fine. Give us a little illustration rare love. We need some illustration rare love. We're going to try and fight. We get the Charizard. Very nice. Charizard double rare. That'll help. That's the most expensive double rare in the set. We take that. Even if we need to see some illustration rare love. Maybe a little Gen 1. I mean, not Gen 1. They're all Gen 1. Starter love. We'll take a Pikachu. Pikachu illustration rare is gorgeous in this set as well. And we got ourselves how many packs? We got 4 packs left. With those 2 SARs, at least we're putting up some sort of fight, making this a little bit entertaining. We didn't pull any SARs, forget it. There's no way 151 stands a chance against the best set of the Sword and Shield era. Gollum again. Yeah, looking at the SIRs again from the 151 set. I mean, really the most underwhelming probably is Giovanni's Charisma. Erika's Invitation is pretty cool. It's nice looking. A little waifu action doesn't hurt, right? But the 2 trainers are definitely the least. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. We got the Charmander illustration rare out of nowhere. Beautiful card. Love me some starter one illustration rare. That'll definitely help. That is the most expensive illustration rare out of 151. That helps a lot. Charmander actually is just ahead of the Squirtle, coming in at $44 for the Charmander. Squirtle coming in at $43. Bulbasaur at $32. But that will definitely help to try and compete against Crown Zenith.
Now that I'm a mom, things are, well, different. I have twice as many outfits to plan. My overpacking has reached new levels.
Alright, let's go. Crown Zenith, the absolute best set. Undeniably the best set of the Sword and Shield era. Yeah, I don't care. All you Evolving Sky lovers out there, I don't care. This is the best set. I think by far of the Sword and Shield.
King Kong's TCG channel. For today's video, a channel staple and honestly my favorite video that I do here on the channel, 100 packs of Destined Rivals. We are cracking into here today, trying to get as close as we can to set completion here. We've done a really good job of making a good dent throughout the first week of this brand new set release. Today, 100 packs, a giveaway to start up here as well. No time to waste. Start this music. Let's do this thing here.
Deck building is one of the most important skills in the Pokemon trading card game. Most players simply look at the available card pool, then go online to purchase the cards they need to complete their deck. But what if it wasn't that simple? What if your access to cards was limited to what you, yourself, pulled from a booster pack? In this series, myself, Pokemon TCG commentator Chip Ritchie, and world-class competitor Azul GG will limit ourselves to splitting the packs from one single Pokemon TCG booster box. With the cards from those 18 packs, we will each do our very best to construct a playable deck and then battle in a best-of-3 match. Then, each following episode, we will open up a new booster box, going in release order, upgrading and changing our decks along the way. The winner of each episode will get the reward of a single prize series booster pack, giving them a slim shot at powerful trainers in Pokemon from past sets. And the loser of each episode will also get a consolation prize of a booster bundle to open up in the next episode to give them a better shot to improve their deck for next time. Now get ready to enjoy the Scarlet and Violet Evolution series.
So Box doesn't know I did this. I'm actually going to try this service out fully from start to...
In the last episode, my cheesy Bronzong deck almost worked, but Azul was able to get off to a fast start in Game 3, ensuring I would be unable to establish my lock. In this episode, we're going to be opening up Stellar Crown. This set is headlined by Terrapago CX, Area Zero Underdepths, and most importantly, the Fan Rotom Noctowl engine. This engine has been used in multiple different archetypes in the standard format to high levels of tournament success. The Jewel Seeker ability is so strong, allowing for convoluted combos to come together seemingly out of nowhere. Other key cards in this set include Glass Trumpet, the sparkling Crystal Aspec, and one of the most powerful supporters in the game, Crispin. How will this set change how we approach the series? Will I finally be able to put together a win? Let's crack some packs and get to the action. Okay, it's time for Stellar Crown. This is a
...2023 was a great year for the Pokemon TCG, and 2024 promises to be even better. There is a special event coming up in April that happens every year in the Pokemon TCG, and that is Rotation. This event always has players nervous as some of their favorite cards might not be legal anymore for the standard format after that date, and
building a Pokemon TCG deck can feel
what to buy, building your own decks, and where to play the game. Hello and welcome to my complete guide to playing the Pokemon TCG in late 2023 to early 2024. In this video, we'll cover how to learn how to play, the formats and rotation, what to buy, building your own decks, and where to play the game. Learning to play is quite simple, at least at the very basic level. To learn all of the basic rules from start to finish, it will take you about 25 minutes using this video series provided on Pokemon.com, which I will link in the description. There's also a PDF rulebook if you prefer to learn via reading instead, and that will be linked as well. Regional championships, international championships, the world championships, and even local level events are all played in the standard format at this time. What is the standard format? During every championship series, Pokemon Organized Play removes older set expansions from competition in the standard format with the goal of maintaining a healthy competitive environment. This rotation information challenges existing players to create new strategies, and enables new players to get involved in events using the most recent releases. The current standard format as of October 2023 is the E, block, and on. This means that you can use cards with the E, F, G, and so on regulation marks on the cards. You can't use cards with A, B, C, or D regulation marks. As sets release, formats rotate, and metagames develop, some decks may become less viable or even obsolete. This is the nature of trading card games which have a rotating format, and you should know this going in. But in my opinion, the Pokemon trading card game does a better job at keeping many decks, many sets, and many cards all relevant compared to other major card games. Standard format is assumed to rotate to the F block and on in April 2024, but there is no official news on this yet. If you are brand new to the game, I suggest staying away from decks and sets with large quantities of E-block cards in them, since these E-block cards are assumed to rotate out of standard format in April 2024. A deck like Mew VMAX, for example, seeing all of these cards with the red X's next to them, those are the cards that will assumably rotate out of standard format in April 2024, because these cards all have the E regulation mark on them. Since this deck, the main cards for it, Mew V, Mew VMAX, Genesect V, even cards like Power Tablet, Path to the Peak, and Chromatic are all pretty core cards to this deck. I wouldn't suggest buying and building this deck if you are brand new right now, since these cards will all rotate in 6 months or less. However, looking at a deck like GM Palback's Caliber, the only cards here that are E regulation mark are the 4 Cross Switchers and the 4 Battle VIP Pass. So this would be a great deck to build if you're brand new to the game, since 52 of the 60 cards here will be rotation proof, so to speak. And this deck is kind of in the middle. It's losing some important cards like the Mareep and Flaffy Evolution line, the Pikachu V, and the Path to the Peaks. However, I think this deck will survive the rotation and will survive new sets being released as well, because some of the main cards like Miraidon EX, Raikou V, Raichu V, Mew EX, and almost all of the trainer cards and supporter cards will all be surviving the rotation. These are all of the legal sets as of October 2023. Now, the Pokemon TCG standard format does go by the regulation mark and not necessarily the set symbol, but most sets will all include the same regulation mark throughout the set. All of the sets here that are not faded away and not crossed off will be legal for next year's standard format. We should expect most or all of the cards from Battle Styles, Chilling Reign, Evolving Skies, Celebrations, and Fusion Strike to rotate out of the standard format, so I don't suggest building decks with those cards or buying cards from those sets. The best sets to buy for competitive play right now are Scarlet and Violet base set, Scarlet and Violet Paldea Evolved, and Scarlet and Violet Paradox Rift when that releases. I didn't include Obsidian Flames and Scarlet and Violet 151. singles than buying packs and boxes anyway. So Paradox Rift is not released at the time of recording this video, so I wanted to talk about what to expect from Paradox Rift if you're just joining the game and hearing about this new set that comes out in November. By the way, you should expect 4 main set expansions to release each year, and then 1 or 2 mini sets throughout. And those mini sets will typically not be super relevant for competitive play. Each new main expansion set adds around 200 cards to standard format, but it's safe to assume that only about 10% or sometimes even less of those cards will have competitive potential. It would just be impossible for the design team to balance 200 new cards that are all good, so we should expect maybe like 10 to 20 to 30 cards out of every set to see play in competitive decks. Some sets introduce 0 new decks to the competitive environment, and others immediately impact the metagame. While Paradox Rift is still unreleased worldwide and we have 0 tournament results with the cards as of the making of this video, it is expected that Paradox Rift will be an impactful set, and we should see new decks emerge and old decks fall out of favor in the coming months. It is obvious to me, at least, that the designers want Paradox Rift to be a game-changing and meta-defining set. So keep in mind that the new future and ancient mechanics, as well as just some of the other general new cards in the set, may shake the competitive environment up drastically. Something like Iron Hands EX has the Amp You Very Much attack that does 120, but if it knocks something out, it takes 1 more prize card. This can be very detrimental to smaller Pokemon and single prize based decks like Lost Zone box decks, or even smaller evolving decks like Zoroark Stage 1 box. Whereas Roaring Moon EX has the Frenzied Gouging attack, knock out your opponent's active Pokemon. If your opponent's active Pokemon's knocked out this way, this Pokemon does 200 damage to itself. So with an instant knockout attack like this Roaring Moon EX's Frenzied Gouging running around potentially, this might invalidate decks with very high HP, which have the game plan of surviving long and tanking damage and healing. An attack like Roaring Moon EX's Frenzied Gouging is going to be something to watch out for if you're building those kinds of decks. And then this Jirachi is also here as an example because its Stellar Veil ability is a direct counter to Sablei's Lost Mine attack, which is a very good attacker in the popular Lost Zone box archetype right now. So just things to keep in mind. Some cards, some decks may become weaker or stronger with the release of new cards, and that is the nature of a trading card game with a rotating standard format. I highly suggest buying the specific cards you need for decks that you're interested in playing. The game is very affordable at a competitive value, at a competitive level right now. You'll see here that this Peoria Regional Championships had over 1,700 players, and none of the top 8 decks at this major event cost more than $100 if you bought all the single cards for them. If you don't have a collection started yet, these official competitive products can be a great way to jumpstart your collection with competitive cards. And I even more so suggest the Miraidon EX League Battle deck because of that new Iron Hands EX card coming out, which is Lightning type, so we know that the Miraidon EX has some new cards coming out in the brand new set that can boost the deck even further. So when you're thinking about building decks, my first question for you is, what is your goal? If you want to have fun, build creative decks, and have exciting battles, by all means, you should build whatever deck with whatever cards with whatever strategy you want to. But if you want to get very good at the game very quick, I suggest starting with already proven to work Tier 1 decks that are top 8ing, top 16ing, winning events, so you can focus on your gameplay rather than making sure that your deck works. I always suggest trying decks out with printed proxies, online, or on the LimitlessTCG.com tool Limitless Tabletop before investing in physical cards. Regardless of what decks you're building, there are typically going to be staple cards in every standard format that will be generally useful in most decks. Cards like Professor's Research and Iono get to draw you more cards, and that's always a good thing. Boss's Orders provides what is called a gust effect, bringing up one of your opponent's benched Pokemon into the active spot. That's always going to be a staple card in the format as long as it's in format. And then we have some other cards. Ultra Ball and Battle VIP Pass are good for finding Pokemon. Double Turbo Energy is going to be great for Pokemon which have multiple colorless energy costs in their attack costs. You have a card like Radiant Greninja, you can only play one Radiant in your deck, and Radiant Greninja gets chosen as that one Radiant very frequently because its ability draws you cards. So keep in mind that drawing cards, searching for cards, accelerating your board state, these cards that do this are going to be staple, and you're going to see them in a lot of decks. So if you already have these cards on the screen, or you want to buy these cards or trade for them, or buy the packs, decks, collections that include these cards, these are all going to be good cards to have for the current standard format and also standard formats to come in the case of most of these cards. The only cards on this screen rotating out, presumably in April, is the Battle VIP Pass. The rest are F Block and on. So let's talk about some good beginner decks, and I'm talking about good beginner decks in the sense that they are going to be very strong and the skill floor is pretty low. You'll be able to get some good results out of these decks even if you're not a master yet. So this colorless Lugia Archeops deck I think is a good choice because it has some cool Pokemon. You'll have fun with it. There's a good variety of Pokemon that you can attack with, but it also has a very linear game plan. Your game plan is always going to be to use Lugia V-Star on turn 2 to use the Summon Star ability to put 2 Archeops onto the board, and then from there your Archeops will use Primal Turbos every turn, which just puts a ton of energies onto the board and then powers up your attackers. GM Palvax Caliber is also a good beginner deck, like I mentioned earlier, partially because most of these cards will not rotate out of the standard format in April when the E-Lock rotates. But also, like Lugia, it has a very straightforward couple first turns of the game. Your first 2 turns, you're going to be focusing on getting Frigibax onto the board so that on turn 2, you can rare candy it into Baxcalibur. From there, Baxcalibur's ability Super Cold allows you to attach as many basic water energies as you like from your hand to your Pokemon. This also leaves a lot of room for error since you can attach multiple energies a turn, and it'll help you learn the mechanics of the game while also focusing on a strategy that you're trying to perform over and over on turn 2 every game. Finally, Mew VMAX Genesect, although I did mention that the Mew V, the Mew VMAX, the Genesect, all the Fusion Strike cards will rotate out of standard format in April 2024. This is a pretty linear deck to play. You're going to be attacking with Mew VMAX all the time, most of the time copying Technoblast, but you can also copy a benched Mew VMAX's Max Miracle or a benched Mew V's Psychic Leap. You'll draw cards with Fusion Strike System on Genesect V, attack with Mew VMAX with your double turbo energies, fulfilling the 2 energy requirements, and you'll be disrupting your opponent with Judge, Path to the Peak, and removing your own Path to the Peak with Lost Vacuum when you need to use your Genesect V's Fusion Strike System. Where can you play the Pokemon TCG? Well, first of all, at local game stores. On the Pokemon.com event locator, you can find Pokemon TCG Leagues, which are typically just meetups to trade and play and practice and learn the game, but also league challenges and league cups, which are official tournaments. Typically, the entry fees will be around $5 to $20 for league challenges and around $10 to $30 for league cups, but the entry fees do vary based on the store and the area. Major events are very exciting, very large, and there's a lot on the line in terms of prizes, travel awards, championship points, and more. Regional championships start on Saturday and end on Sunday, while international championships will start
every time you play a game, you get to see your favorite photos. Yeah.
You can download and play the Pokemon TCG live game for free, and although I'm not a huge fan of the game in terms of just a lot of the optimizations on the software, it is a good way to start playing the game and learn the mechanics, but I always suggest playing in real life with friends at League or even over webcam when you can over Pokemon TCG Live. You can also play in some community-run tournaments on Pokemon TCG Live using play.limitlesstcg.com. So if you are practicing a lot on Pokemon TCG Live and you want to see what it's like to play against other competitive players, I definitely suggest checking out play.limitlesstcg.com. If you've enjoyed this video, you can support my channel by simply subscribing and watching my videos, but also with the lovely supporters and sponsors of the channel. PotownStore.com, where you can find Pokemon TCG Live code cards, TCG Bulk, where if you're opening a whole bunch of booster boxes and you have a bunch of bulk lying around, you can use TCG Bulk to sell all of those cards that you don't need anymore and start funding the new competitive decks that you're going to build. PokemonCard.io for deck building, community forums, and news. Dragon Shield sleeves. These are the sleeves I use for all of my decks, especially at tournaments, and I have affiliate links in the description down below for buying Dragon Shield sleeves. I also have an affiliate link for Into the AM. Into the AM supports creators of all kinds, and they have very cool clothing, which is comfortable.
What's going on, fellow YouTubers, gamers, and Pokemon trading card game online players? My name is Jamesy, and I am born a Hobbit. I would like to welcome everyone into my tutorial on how to build a solid competitive deck in just 3 really easy steps. If any of you find this video helpful in any way, please give it a like. And if any of you are interested in tuning in to my weekly and daily videos, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. It would be much appreciated. Lastly, if any of you have any comments or constructive criticism you'd like to share, I encourage you to please post that below. That being said, let's get straight to the deck building. I have my deck here. This is the actual deck that I actually play with in real life as well as online.
Struggling with impossible messes in your tub and shower? Mr. Clean Foaming Back Magic Eraser cuts through 100% of soap, scum, and grime, while Mr. Clean Extra Durable effortlessly tackles messes throughout your home. Switch to Mr. Clean Magic Eraser.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, it's this dope tech from Wix.
2 expecting.
Performing on the biggest stage in the world was just one step in my journey. Hi,
Deck out of only 1 booster box? Well, let's find out. I challenged top 4 Brisbane Regionals and 04 Drop It Worlds player Joshua Sparks to go against me, CEO of Needs to Clean His Sleeves, in a best of 1 battle using cards only obtained in a booster box. So we have 2 booster boxes of the newest set, Stellar Crown, and we'll be forced to use exclusively the cards that we obtain out of each of our booster boxes to construct a 60 card standard deck. However, it won't be that simple, as I cooked up a devious punishment for whoever loses. And to make it even better, I haven't even told Josh Josh what the punishment is yet. You see, whoever wins this battle will be choosing the loser's deck list for the next official competitive tournament. This means that either of us can be forced to play anything from a theme deck to a super spicy list, all depending on how brutal the winner wants to be. Now, Stellar Ground features some really strong cards like Terrapagos EX, Noctowl, and Briar, but as a whole, the set doesn't feature too many playable cards, so it's going to be really interesting to see what each of us cook up for our 2 different decks. So, let's jump into it.
Let's do this, brother. Alright. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Alright, well, I want the one that you gave me. Okay. No pressure. Do you want the scissors?
I actually kind of do. That was probably my biggest fear, was that I actually can't open anything. So, especially
well, I mean, I'm gonna be like pacing through these packs. Like, I'll go.
You'll be like,
I'm gonna be finished this box.
You'll finish the box, and I'll be like my third packing. Like,
Alright.
Whoever pulls the most expensive card gets win the flip automatically. Whoever got the most expensive card. Alright, let's do it. Good luck, brother. It's the big dragon. It's the big dragon.
Alright, it's not going off.
I'm winning.
Okay. The store, that's actually pretty huge.
He got excited.
I thought it was him. Oh, it's the same dude. It's the same bad guy.
There's no ice.
There's no red.
So you're not playing that pencil. The warm.
Terrapagos, please. Cinderace, bro. Yeah, I think that's probably me cooked, I reckon. I don't think I'm getting a Terrapagos. Sorry, where are you Terrapagos?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't have to. You're speaking of Terrapagos. Speaking of Terrapagos.
Even then though, like from all the boxes that I open, it seems like you never get a full play set of any.
This is the strat right now. Okay. And that's what we're going to play. And we're going to win.
Another bulk one. If you flip a coin, it does 100 more damage.
Have you read the metal?
In the bin. Oh, gold bin!
Oh, favorite art.
I might have the coin.
Oh, we're just getting all the starters today. Look at that.
I think you've definitely got the most expensive card. Either the Bulbasaur or the Squirtle, I think that. Frick, Blake! Come on. You got the Bulbasaur and the Squirtle, I got the Blastoise and the Venusaur.
Right. Oh!
It's a Crispin.
That's actually sick. Oh, great.
Are
you serious?
Alright, the board is looking exactly the same.
Yeah.
Either I'm pulling the absolute fucking heat.
Yeah.
Or I've got a Cinderace.
Yeah, or I've got a Cinderace.
I'm not gonna lie, this probably isn't a reader's finest moment. I mean,
I get what they're trying to do with the abominable snowman, like just out in the winter.
But also I like seeing my cards.
Yeah, but like, if you look at that for a second, there's not a Pokemon on that card. The first.
I finally got an ace bet.
Oh.
Be the crystal.
Oh.
No tree.
Oh. He gets the bomb. He gets the bomb.
No, I'm so gassed. Oh, I love that.
I love that. Yeah.
So happy with that.
I could never be happier.
It's alright, I've got 3 packs left. I might get another one. You're never going to expect the 12